Miracle that that baby was not shot. It's a miracle.
A young mother is dead after being shot while she was in a car on the city's south side. Police say her baby survived that shooting unharmed.
They call it a miracle that the baby survived.
I'm telling you, this how I went in the car. Yeah, I'm the driver, but he the such and such in the back seat. Bro, it's a baby in the car. Make sure you don't hit the baby. You got one nigga in the car saying, yeah, bro, you want to get him another time? You want to get him another time? We could just double back. No, bro, they don't. Man. This is our only chance. Just make sure you don't hit the baby. That's how I went in the car. That's how it went in the car. You got one person reneging. He don't really want to do it, but he don't want to seem like he ain't really with it. You got the one person that's his trigger finger itching, and you got one person that's just going through with the motions. You got one person in the vehicle that's coming to the realization that's bringing everybody back down to earth. You know, he low-key don't even want to do it for real. He don't want to do it. Let's call it what it is. He don't want to do it. You got the other person in the vehicle, his trigger finger happy. This is his moment to shine. He want to prove to everybody he with it. You got the other person in the back seat, shit, I'm just taking one for the team. Y'all locked and loaded, and I'm locked and loaded too. Those the three individuals that was in the car. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dunt, yo, back with another one, man. Today we're gonna be talking about Gina, aka Gabby, aka G, man, who was tragically struck down in the city of Chicago by gunfire, man. It's a sad situation. You know, she was a mother, she was a sister, you know, she was a daughter, she was a family member, man. You know, and unfortunately she tragically lost her life, man. There was 3 shooters hopped out of the car, you know, and sent over 50 bullets through the vehicle, you know, and then exited their vehicle, ran down on the vehicle, and sent over more bullets through the vehicle, man. So altogether, they sent over 50 bullets through the vehicle, man. And it's a lot of speculation. You know, it's a lot of speculation on who was the intended target. You know, what was the motive? You know, it's a lot of controversy. A lot of people saying it was for her baby father, who was the driver of the vehicle, who was wounded. And a lot of people saying that it was for her, you know, for Gina. You know, she was tragically shot. She was fatally shot, you know, and she, you know, her life was cut short, man. So it's a sad situation, and my condolences. I send my condolences out to the family, man. Yeah, you know, who could have, was it for her or was it for him? You know, he was a gang member. A lot of, you know, he allegedly he was a gang member. You know, in a city like Chicago, it's a lot of gang wars, you know, gang violence is heavily rooted in the city of Chicago, you know, so there are a lot of people saying it was for him, you know, and also people saying it was for her, you know, the one, you know, Gina, you know, aka Gabby, who lost her life in that situation. You know, I believe about a month ago, she made a Facebook post, you know, she was arguing back and forth with another young lady from the city of Chicago, and she threatened to post her dead brother in his casket, a picture of him in his casket, you know. So, ooh, that hurt, you know. Whenever it's a sensitive situation like that, you know, you dissing the dead, and you know that hurt, you know, that's very sensitive. So that could have been a motive, and like I said, he was a gang member in a gang war, so that was also a motive, man. So whenever I see situations like this, you know, I start to think about, like, what could they have done differently in this situation, you know. So I feel like for her, you know, this and the dead kind of was like, you know, that could have been a motive, man. Like I said, that could have been a motive. Or if it was for him, you surrounding yourself with people for real that got people out to get them, and you just guilty by association. You feel me? You guilty by your affiliations with him. You feel me? Just by your connection with him. You feel me? For him, it's like, what could have he done differently? Maybe he was born into that gang. You feel me? You know, maybe he got his own reasons as to why he joined the gang, or, you know, who knows. So, you know, it's kind of difficult to say what could they have done differently, you feel me? So, and also we got to take into account that, like, they hopped out the vehicle with fully automatic pistols, with fully automatic weapons, and sent over 50 bullets through the car. So him being with, considering he was the driver, could he have maneuvered out of that situation? Could he have got us away? Could he have got them away, you know, safely? You know, who knows? You know, did he have any weapons on him? Did he have a bulletproof vest in the car? You know, so whenever they sent over 50 bullets through the vehicle, and to my knowledge, they didn't return any fire. So, you feel me? Me coming from the streets, I see situations like that, where as though you didn't return fire. So that lets me know you probably did not have a firearm with you. You feel me? And if you did, it was too much gunfire, too much pressure from, you know, maybe the walls was closing in on you, you know, and you couldn't get to it or something. Maybe it was in the back seat or something like that. So, like, you riding in a dangerous city like Chicago, you feel me? It got to be on your lap. It got to be on your lap. You know, it got to, you know. So, they hop out the car. You at the red light. They hop out the car. Doom. Skrr, you try ass off. Boom, hit another car. You know, and they get up on you that quick. You know, so, like, it's hard that's a hard situation to get out of, man. That's a hard situation to get out of whenever somebody got the ups on you. You know, whenever we hear a lot of rappers saying, yeah, you run down on me, but that's hard. It's hard when somebody got the ups on you and their weapons is already aimed. Even if you do got one on you, we see a lot of situations where people die with weapons on them. So, like, if you're not on your P's and Q's, you're not on your A game, you're not sharp that day, you feel me? That, you know, and that could be a life, man. So, you know, we got to be on every car. You know, we got to be watching at every light. You got to already have your escape route, and you can't even park your car the right way. You got to park it in a position where as though you could easily get out if something happened. You know, you got to be more proactive. You feel me? So, who knows, man? Like, you know, he was wounded. So, like I said, it's a hard situation to get out of, man. It's a hard situation to get out of. You know, me coming from the streets, and I understand that. You know, it's a lot of people, oh, man, he ain't shoot back. It's a hard situation, man. You know, it's easy for somebody on the outside looking in to get their opinion on it when you're not in the vehicle. You know, so I'm not going to do that because I understand how difficult that situation is to maneuver out of. You feel me? So, like I said, what could they have done differently? Maybe they couldn't have. You feel me? Like I said, what if she would have said on a Facebook post, instead of saying, you know, this and the deal, let's fight about it. Yeah, you offer her a fade. You feel me? And your hands work. Yeah, they work. You dirter. You feel me? Y'all meet, you dirter for real. You don't do no pulling of the hair. You was raised by you feel me? You got brothers. You know, so let's say y'all fight, you dirter for real. Who say she call up Lil Woo Woo now? She heard about it. She call up Lil Woo Woo from down the street. Yeah. So, and it could still go there just from a fight. So even if you wouldn't have made that post, y'all would have fought about it. It could have still got to that type of result. You know, we see a lot of fights that end with a tragedy. You know, what that ends with somebody losing their life. So we can't even. I can't even put that into perspective because I understand that even a friendly fight could still get deadly. You know, so I feel as though, like, for women, man, I'm gonna give y'all some game, man. If ain't nobody telling y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. We gotta watch who we start surrounding ourselves with, and this applies to niggas too. You feel me? Not just women, but if ain't nobody telling y'all this, whoever you associate yourself with, you now places their burden on you. So meaning, all their actions is now your actions. All their consequences is now your consequences. You feel me? You just guilty by association. You feel me? And that's how the police play it. That's how the police play it. You hang with little such and such. Ain't they gang members? Oh, you be on the same block? Oh, I bet. That's how the police play it. You know? That's how they operate. And and unfortunately, that's how the streets operate too. You know, so you dealing with a dude, let's say, not him in particular, but just moving forward. You dealing with a dude that got any type of, he robbed somebody, he shot somebody, he killed somebody. You feel me? A lot of women, shit, that's enticing to them. They like that. Oh yeah, he a killer. Oh he did this. A lot of women like that, but not knowing that that's a deadly turn for you too, just by association. What if they coming to get him and you with him? Y'all at the store, and now a lot of these niggas, they don't know how to aim. They come out, they just shooting. They don't know how to aim. You just with them. So, a lot of the time you fall victim to your company, by the company you keep. You all who you hang around. So I feel, that applies, man. And women, we got to understand that, and niggas got to do their best to keep them from out of these type of situations. You know what you got going on, bro. You know what you got going on. Yeah, baby, I'm a scoot over there by myself for real. You feel me? You got to maneuver through that. You feel me? So, you gotta think people out to get you. You got to. You got to. Even if you're not, you gotta maneuver like it is. Any day could be your last. So when you maneuvering through life with a proactive mindset rather than a reactive mindset, you give yourself a chance. Yeah, man, it's just a sad situation, man. As niggas, we gotta do better too. You gotta do better. There's no way a baby in the car. Y'all in the car. I'm telling you, this how I went in the car, man. I'm telling you, this how I went in the car. Yeah, I'm the driver, but he the such and such in the back seat. Bro, it's a baby in the car. Make sure you don't hit the baby. You got one nigga in the car saying, yeah, bro, you want to get him another time? We could just double back. No, bro, they don't. Man, this is our only chance. Just make sure you don't hit the baby. That's how I went in the car. That's how it went in the car. You got one person reneging. He don't really want to do it, but he don't want to seem like he ain't really with it. You got the one person that's his trigger finger itching, and you got one person that's just going through with the motions. You got one person in the vehicle that's coming to the realization that's bringing everybody back down to earth. He low-key don't even want to do it for real. He don't want to do it. Let's call it what it is. He don't want to do it. You got the other person in the vehicle, his trigger finger happy. This is his moment to shine. He want to prove to everybody he with it. You got the other person in the back seat, shit, I'm just taking one for the team. Y'all locked and loaded, and I'm locked and loaded too. Those the three individuals that was in the car. That's how that went. And gotta do better, man. Gotta do better. That's unacceptable. As a man, that's unacceptable. Cause, let's say things didn't go the way y'all planned it to go. Y'all get caught. You done hurt a little girl. What happens when you go to jail? What happens when you in prison and you gotta show that paperwork? You injured a little girl and your Sally? Yeah, he 250. He been in there for 10 years. He got a daughter. You got to answer for that. And a lot of times these young people, they don't understand that. They don't understand how that works. They don't understand that, and like with the new generation and the younger people coming up, they are more so celebrating that. Yeah, they sell it. Oh yeah, he just let off something in the car. He didn't care who he hit. They like that. You feel me? And back in my era, it wasn't like that. You hit who? That was unacceptable. You better know your target. You better hit your target, and that's it. So we see a lot of innocent people getting hit. But like I said, niggas gotta do better, man. That's unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable. And like I said, I send my condolences out to the family, man. It's a sad situation. It's an unfortunate situation, man. Like I said, a daughter lost her mother, man. A mother lost her daughter. A mother got to bury her daughter. She didn't get to see 30. So aunt lost her niece. So it's a sad situation, man. We gotta do better as women. We gotta do better as men. We gotta do better. And let me know how y'all feel about it. Do you think they knew the baby was in the car, or do you think they didn't know? They ain't really do their homework. Do you think he was the intended target? Do you think she was the intended target? Let me know. Let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Let's talk about it. We gotta talk about this situation, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. It's your boy Dunt. I'm out.